that how that goes? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia and today I'm going to be doing my July and Booktube-a-thon wrap up. So let's start with the Booktube-a-thon stuff. If you haven't already, go check out my Booktube-a-thon TBR. I will leave a link to it down below where I talk about the books that I intended to read. Did I get to them? We're about to find out. So this was my first ever Booktube-a-thon and I'm just gonna say it was so much fun. It was great to participate in the Booktube-a-thon challenges and the Instagram challenges, and it was just fun to be in this community of people that was all working towards a common goal. And considering the fact that I work a 9 to 5 and I'm super busy, I think I did pretty well. I'm proud of myself. So let's add this ish up. First of all, out of these 7 books that was on my TBR, I read 3.5, and they were One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter by Sachi Cool, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, #Famous by Jilly Gagnon, and the 0.5 is Royce Rolls by Margaret Stoll. And if you add all that up, that means I read a total of 1,294 pages. Okay, time to go over the challenges. Did I read a book with a person on the cover? Check, check, and check. They're cartoon people, but it counts, right? Did I read a hyped book? Check. Did I finish a book in one day? Nope. Did I read a book about a character who is very different from me? Check. Did I finish a book completely outdoors? Kind of. The half of this book that I read during the Booktube-a-thon week I read outdoors, so it counts. I'll give myself 0.5 for that. Read a book you got because of the cover. Check. And read 7 books. Well, I got 3.5, so 0.5, which totals a, drumroll please, insert sound effect here, 5 out of 7 for the challenges, woohoo! And the added bonus of the video challenge and the Instagram challenges, I completed a total of 4 out of 7 video challenges and 5 out of 7 Instagram challenges, which is pretty damn good, okay? So even though I didn't meet the challenge goals and I didn't necessarily do all the challenge videos or all the Instagram challenges, I still think this Booktube-a-thon was a complete success because I had fun while doing it. And for everyone out there who participated in the Booktube-a-thon, give yourselves a pat on the back, even if you didn't complete your goals, or if you did, I think you all deserve a big round of applause. Alright, so now it is time for the July wrap-up portion where I'm going to go over all the books I read in July, including the Booktube-a-thon books. So I'm first going to go over the Booktube-a-thon books, so these aren't going to be in chronological order or anything. So first I'm going to talk about One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter by Sachi Cool, or One Day This Will Matter. This book is about a Canadian daughter of Indian immigrants, and it's a non-fiction book. It's a series of essays written by Sachi that tell her stories of her life growing up. This book was amazing. Everyone needs to go read this right now. Even if you're intimidated by nonfiction, I will just tell you, it doesn't feel like a nonfiction. Sachi has a way of writing that is just so vivid, and it's hilarious and moving and touching and heartfelt, and it brings these stories to life so you can feel like you're experiencing them with her, and it is so, so good. I highly, highly recommend this book. Next up is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I loved this book so much. I love Marissa Meyer's other books, and this one I was a little bit hesitant about because I had heard mixed reviews, and again, because it's the backstory of the Queen of Hearts, I was like, you kind of know where it ends, but I wonder what she's gonna do to make it different. And let me just tell you that what she did, I was a fan of. Even the ending, which I know has a lot of people like, meh, I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but I adored it. I thought it was perfect. I will possibly do a individual review on this book. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see something like that in the future. The next book is #Famous by Jilly Gagnon. This book was not exactly my cup of tea. So #Famous is about 2 high school students, and there's kind of this joke photo that gets put on like an Instagram or Twitter type social media thing. In the book it's called Flit, and it just blows out of proportion. They get accidentally famous on the internet. So while this book I think had the cutesy love story that I definitely found myself, you know, smiling at times, and I really liked the humor that goes on between the 2 main characters, I do have a couple issues with it. The biggest issue I have though is this book has so much of that "you're not like other girls." I'm sure a lot of you understand my frustration with this, but if you don't, go watch that Haley Steinfeld, what's her last name? Go watch her song, Most Girls or whatever, and educate yourself. Other things I found is that this book kind of briefly touched on subjects such as mental health and cyberbullying, and just never really got into them too much. It was just kind of like, it grazed by them. So while I did find it, you know, a nice little high school romance, there wasn't a lot of substance to it. Oh yeah, I should probably mention that this book is told from dual points of view. It's told from Kyle, who's the dude whose photo gets blown up, and from Rachel, who takes the photo that gets blown up. Another thing I found with this book is that while they're high schoolers, they occasionally talk like high schoolers, there's also thrown in a whole bunch of just unnecessary similes. Like, I don't know. Is that how high schoolers talk nowadays? For example, half her face was still in the shadow of her legs. It made her look mysterious and a little wild, like some old-timey movie star. What does that mean? Can anyone tell me what that means? Do old-timey movie stars often sit with their legs half covering their faces? Some real cheesy-ish coming up. I forced myself to look at his hand. It was just a hand, just fingers. Not a car battery jump-starting my every nerve in my body. What kind of crap is this? Do high schoolers talk like this? Oh my god, this is my all-time favorite one. I grabbed the Tupperware of fruit salad Mom always had in the fridge and set it next to the chips. Girls liked fruit salad. Good fruit salad always gets me going. I'm sorry, this one just makes me cringe so hard. It would be lacy, maybe black. Artsy girls would totally wear black bras. And there were more. I only started saving these quotes about halfway through when I was reading it, when I just couldn't handle the cringe. And next up is Royce Rolls. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. Royce Rolls, Royce Rolls, Royce Rolls, Royce Rolls, Royce Rolls, by Margaret Stoll. This book was wonderful. I loved it. I did finish it literally, what's the date today? Today's Tuesday. I finished it on Monday the 31st, so a day after Booktube-a-thon ended, but I did read half of it outdoors during the Booktube-a-thon. And it was just so fun. It's a story about the stars of a reality television show similar to Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but they are the Royces. It was so funny, and it completely took me by surprise in certain aspects, and it was really just a book about family, and I loved that so much. So check this book out. And then also in July, not part of the Booktube-a-thon, I read A Flame in the Mist by Renee Adia. This was a really good book. I had heard it was a Mulan retelling, and then I heard other people say it wasn't a Mulan retelling, so I'm kind of confused where we stand on the Mulan retelling part. Either way, it's a great book. You should read it. I, again, will have a review coming for this shortly, if I ever get around to editing it. Another book I read was Furthermore by Tahira Mafi. This was the first middle grade I had read in a while, and I really enjoyed myself while reading it. I found it to be so whimsical and fun, and the characters were so adorable. I also love Tahira Mafi's other books, so that's the main reason I picked this up, but I think I'll try and read more middle grade in the future. And now I'm not completely sure if I finished these in June or July, but I didn't have a booktube back in June, so I'm going to include them here anyways, and that is that I have been rereading the Throne of Glass series in chronological order of plot, and so I finished The Assassin's Blade as well as Throne of Glass, which I don't have on me right now, by Sarah J. Maas. If you don't know what these books are about, you must have been hiding under a rock. These are really fun fantasy books about a girl who's a kick-ass assassin and does kick-ass assassin-y things, so go check them out. What are you waiting for? Is this what people do when they finish a wrap-up? This doesn't look nearly as impressive because I read a lot of ebooks, but whatever. So that is all for my July and Booktube-a-thon wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Once again, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't panic. Bye!